Hello again and welcome back. In this video, we are going to generate the SDK from our endpoints and then we will give it to our front-end team to make them happy by saving their time. In the client SDK, we will have all endpoints with their functions and types to make everything easier. Here, we will follow the instructions from this blog, which I shared the link in the description. Let's start by creating a DTO. First of all, I'm using NestJS, but you can use your preferred framework. I need to create a DTOs folder and then a DTO for creating a user. From here, we can have the code instead of typing to save the time. We should be sure that we are installing Swagger in our framework. Yes, like this. Here we have to create an enum which names role. So we need to create another folder to save enums there. And we should be sure that we are importing it. And also, we will have another DTO to save the customer's data. So let's create another one. So the time is to create a new controller. To this purpose, we need to have one function which is accepting post and then add a user into the database. But here, as we don't have database, we can just pass the incoming parameter as an output. Okay, so let's try it by running our application. Let's start. Also, I will add watch flag to build the code automatically. Follows. Yeah, that's it. Okay, good. Now it's time to set up a Swagger in our NestJS. For this purpose, we need to just copy these lines and then paste it to our main application before calling listen function. So we should import them. That's it. Let's try. As I wrote API here, I have to open this. Yes, I have the file here, but it's empty. As you can see, there is no controller, no info for our controller. So the next part is we should be sure that we have the JSON version of our document also. Let's just see. Yes, it's here. So the time is generate SDK. First thing is I need to add Swagger CodeGen library to my application. Sorry, I forgot to just add some information of my controller to the Swagger. For this purpose, first of all, we need to use API tags to our controller here. It can be user or anything you want, and then we have to define one API response for our Swagger. Again, we need to import it from the Swagger library. Okay, that's it. Let's refresh the Swagger API, and then we can use its change to users, and also we will have one response example. Good. and also our JSON should be changed, as you can see. Okay, now it's time to generate our client SDK. Let's back to the blog, and we have installed the library, so it's time to run this line and just paste it here. Yeah, that's it. As you can see, it's created a client SDK here with its included some files, but we need to build it. npm install, it has its package and everything. For an example, let's just create one test for our client, test.ts. First of all, I need to import something from this and then client SDK. Also, we should have our user API here. The user is coming from that API tag. So let's just create user API and then up instance from our user API. Here we need to pass the configuration. Yeah, as you can see, we have create user here. By calling this function, we have to pass body, which is necessary, and here we have already user DTO, which is coming from our client SDK, not from our DTO. Let's see, user DTO, I can import it from here. It means that if you just easily export your client SDK and send it to your teammate, they can easily have your types and your functions. So let's go and let's see what we have in user DTO. For example, we have username, password, role, username, something like this, not important. But here we have another problem, which is if we want to use pagination, we cannot get the response correctly as we want. For an example, let's just create another DTO, which is named pagination.dto. Sorry, like that. Data should be array, so just I will add like this to be sure that. So we need to change the type here also, and let's just generate the SDK again. Okay, let's back to our test file. As you can see, everything is same and still is getting user DTO, and also response is user DTO, which we defined here. So it seems that Swagger doesn't understand that we are adding pagination DTO and we are using a generic types. For solving this problem, we have to create a new decorator to handle this pagination. Just we need to copy this file and then and also it's need two arguments, which the first one is the DTO and the second one a title. The one thing is that we should move it to here. Okay, let's just generate the client and see, and then you can see that the response is changed to the create user, which is included data, which is array of user DTO, and more, which you have it in our pagination DTO. Yeah, by this way, you can just easily share your current SDK with the other team members to help them to connect to your endpoints easily and have their types.